Always keep in mind the survival rule of 3. You can live for 3 minutes without air, 3 days without water, and 3 weeks without food.
Supermarkets have a food supply of 3 days. Little or nothing is done to prevent food outages when global food production will be stalled due to skyrocketing oil prices and climate change.
You can live for 3 minutes without air, 3 days without water, and 3 weeks without food.
The peak for crude oil was in 2006. Now oil companies are pumping more water into the last crude oil reserves to fast pump out the last of it. They are also extracting oil from very dirty sources, like tar sands poisoning huge areas with the chemicals released in the process. Modern agriculture's dependency on oil contributes to a fast-coming peak of food production that leads to disaster for human populations. Toxic-related illnesses increase all the time, with industrial civilization poisoning water, air, and food. Modern medicine has a hard time trying to keep up fixing the plague of illnesses created by industrial activity. One in 7 people benefit from an economical system which keeps the rest of the planet Earth's population in debt. All of the world's rural poor would be better off immediately if the global economy just disappeared. After the official colonies belonging to Europe collapsed, colonizers made the former slaves dependent on them. The most efficient way to do this was to take the resources from their land, making them dependent on import. When doing this, slave countries had to lend money from the global economy to stay alive. Now they're all in debt to the rich, slaving to pay only an ever-growing interest of their old loans. The changing climate is in the end probably a good thing for the destructive industrial business. People change focus to an issue too large to comprehend for many, and also too hard to change.
Holy crap!
While climate change emerged, the clear cuts of the old growth forests, even though connected to climate change, seems less important. So does the dams killing the fish in the rivers. Even nuclear power seems to be clean compared to coal, even though it is killing humans and non-humans. Even the bird-killing wind farms are promoted as a solution by environmental organizations. People don't care about there being fish left to eat tomorrow, because they are in cities, separated from the wild. They are enslaved to a life full of abstract duties made up in an artificial world to keep them addicted to civilization and blindfolded to other ways of life. Humans even kill the animals they directly depend upon. Every year fewer bees are returning. When fertilizers and GMO crops have poisoned all the bees, there will be no simple way to pollinate all the fruits and plants across the planet. Even worms run the risk of being poisoned, and they keep the soil healthy. Without these essential creatures, there will be nothing to eat but dust. The fisheries would run full force, taking the last wild fish from the oceans, and ultimately there will be none.
Remember to breathe.
These are no accidents, just the results of people believing in the domestication of each other and their environment. These events are the result of magical thinking, a belief that technoculture is going to save you. Technology has only made you more vulnerable and threatens to eradicate the foundation all life is relying on. In other words, you are all fucked.